Yeah, but it's also the thing about the open relationship, lah, right? I don't know anything about the actual relationship, blah, blah, but having gone through an open relationship, something that.
How far would you go to protect your partner? This is your daily catch-up. Hey guys, we're in our very brand new studio.
Yes, but work in progress. We are still renovating, so it's gonna progress and look a bit different in the episodes to come. Okay.
Also, the most important thing also is that we want to thank our two brand new sponsors. So as you can see, we have new chairs and we have new tables. First shout out is to ErgoTune for providing us with these very comfortable ergonomic chairs that support your lumbar.
Correct. Supports your lumbar very well.
Lumbar also.
So I use ErgoTune at home. What I like, besides everything is customizable, adjustable, soft, fluffy, right? But what many other chairs can't do is that you can't do this. You cannot raise and bring down. Love. So you make sure that the lumbar support is directly at your lumbar.
Yeah, and so many other things are also like adjustable, like the armrest and the neck rest and the height, of course. And also our other sponsor is Everdesk Plus. So if you guys haven't noticed, right, these are new tables and these are height adjustable tables. So you can raise them up to like standing height, or you can also like sit them.
I also use this at home. There's like a lot of accessories that you can find that can be attached to the table.
Exactly.
Also, because it's height adjustable, there's also modes. So you can like press height number 2, which is your stand-up mode, for example. Height number 3, which is another chair, for example.
And you could also like remind you on when like to stand up. And the other thing also is that when you go to the website, it's fully customizable. So like in terms of the tabletops, different colors, different materials, and also the color of the legs as well. So go check that out. We have the links down below as well as discounts.
The discounts go as much as $145 off, guys. So
it's really good.
And it's affordable to begin with. So thank you very much to our sponsors, and thank you very much for watching. On to the episode.
Hey guys, if you're enjoying Daily Catch Up podcast, remember to subscribe to this channel. Also, like this video while you're at it. So we have a very exciting guest today on today's episode, and also probably one more episode after this. He's described himself on his website as Singapore's youngest professional stand-up comedian.
That's right. The website was set up maybe 4 years ago. It's not updated since lah.
Anyway,
Fine.
Jacky Ng, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Welcome.
This is like
He's betraying SGAG to be here right now.
Yeah, so
I have no comment on that.
I went to a fantastic event organized by my friends. It's called Majula Live, and it's a rap. That's where I saw him do the opening act. It's a stand-up comic.
Yeah.
I thought he'd be very, very funny on the show. So I DM'd him like just this morning.
That's right.
I said he's free or not.
Yeah.
He's
I woke up.
And that's when I also realized that he works at SGAG. So SGAG, thank you very much for loaning him here.
Yeah.
okay
Thank you.
lah. Xiaoming was on the show, so
That's right. That's what I figured. That's why I didn't ask for. I did ask. They say okay, I'm here.
Okay.
And we're gonna have a good time
Stressed to be on stage.
on stage, like doing stand up on like here or like.
For the event.
Oh, for Majula, well, I was the first.
Is that better or worse though?
It's probably better lah, because it was an incredible show, and I was excited to just get over my set and watch the rest of the show.
Right.
Yeah, because we are comics, right? Like if you go backstage, you can see the difference. Like the musicians, the dancers, they're all there rehearsing, trying to all these steps, and the comics are just like I'm at the back writing like keywords on the back of my hand, right?
Right.
My first joke, I thought about my mother. Like that's all the prep.
Right.
Any of the comics.
how long was your typical set?
10 to 15 minutes. At Majula Fest, it was a longer show, so there were more people. I did like 7 minutes there.
Damn.
Yeah.
And then how do you really remember everything? I mean, it's not just writing lah, right?
I mean, it's like a muscle memory kind of thing.
Do you like you get your friends like Faz or your mom, then you sit down there and then you do the set in their face?
Not to my mom lah. My mom don't understand it.
Yeah.
But
your mother like that?
the comics, we will sometimes hang out. Then we will trade jokes, trade premises, give each other like. Last time when we had the clubs, we would do that like throughout the night. Right after a show, we would just give feedback each other. Hang
Right.
out. But now this is a bit harder. We will meet maybe once a week, twice a week when we have shows.
So for
coming up.
Majula Live, did you have?
We did that the day before the show.
Right, but doesn't that make the actual performance itself less fresh for you? Because you feel like you just told this joke 10 minutes ago, kind.
Sure, but it's also a different audience law. It was also in MBS. It was in the Sense Theatre. It was, one of the nicest theatres in this country. They suited me up lah. They know I wouldn't dress nicely. they gave me some.
Hugo was a apparel sponsor.
That's right. They gave us some clothes to wear on stage. Yeah.
Speaking about comedians and suiting up, right? A very famous comedian by the name of Chris Rock was assaulted just the other day by also a very famous person who was suited up, Will Smith.
That's right.
Do you guys watch what happened? Do you guys see?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is because you sent.
Yeah,
I didn't
'cause you
even know
sent
the
it.
Oscars was happening. amazing.
Okay. So I was watching
Academy
it live.
Award.
The Academy Awards. I was watching it live, but it was in the background lah, doing work lah. Of course, have to do work. Then it was in the background, and I remember I usually only watch it for the main categories, which is like best director, best actor, actress, and then best film, right? So that happens. I was just playing in the background. Right? Then I think Chris Rock suddenly came on. Love Chris Rock. Was going to see what he said. He made some joke about Javier Bardem. Then like, okay, funny. Then after he made the now infamous joke, right? He basically said to Jada, because it was like, hey Jada, love you. Can't wait to see you in G.I. Jane 2.
Yes.
At first, no one got it. And then they panned to Jada and then she was bald. I didn't know. So later we find out that she has a medical condition that causes like hair loss. Yeah.
Alopecia.
I couldn't pronounce it, so thank you. But in that moment when they panned to her, right, I bursted out laughing.
You busted.
Oh no.
Yeah, because it was like, can't wait to see you in G.I. Jane 2. I didn't see her yet the whole show. Then I see her and she's bald. And I'm like, wow, dude, that's damn funny. I didn't know about the medical condition.
I think when you see that clip, when they panned to them, Will Smith was actually having a good time.
Exactly.
He was smiling. He was
Exactly.
like, yeah, that's right. This is my wife.
And a lot of
She
people
bald.
also said that like, oh, Jada was reacting very badly to it, but it just looked as though she was playing along. You know, like the
Really, man? They look like
no. So in the moment, right? Like, cause you assume that all these things are scripted. Even as Will Smith was running up to him, right, or like walking up to him rather, I still thought, oh, this is all part of the skit. Until he started shouting, keep my wife's name out of your f***ing mouth.
Right.
That's when he
Yes.
started getting, oh, fuck, this is damn like awkward.
This is real, yeah.
Chris Rock is damn awkward on stage.
Yeah.
He looked like he's trying to think whether he want to like walk away or
Yeah, but
continue.
props to him though, because he makes enough money and he's famous enough to be like, you know what?
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah.
But he still stayed on stage. He took it like he didn't even like touch his face or whatever.
Yeah.
He just took it and then
Yeah.
just continued.
It's very brave. And I think it just proves all like, the comedian's job is probably the most dangerous job these days.
Oh, I see. What you're just building up to that.
Anywhere, anything you say, people can come beat you,
There were a couple of comedians that actually said like Will Smith is setting a very dangerous example of like anytime you're offended by something, you can just go up. Like,
Yeah.
do you feel as a comedian that this is setting the wrong example for like your shows?
I mean, in Singapore, it's a bit different. Singaporeans are not that aggressive.
Yeah.
You know,
People say
and-
hi to each other on the
Yeah,
street.
anything they'll just say some passive aggressive thing on their way out of the club. Like that's the
Right.
worst of the Singaporean.
Have you gotten heckled though?
Have lah when people get too drunk.
What is
you know?
it?
What's the worst and best?
It just be like, oh, you're not funny. Oh,
The
you damn
heckling was so
ugly.
lame.
It's
Then
just
do you
things like
pretend not to hear it first?
that. No lah, you have to address it immediately. I think.
So like
Right.
you whack them back.
I have to be like, wait, what is that? Then you try and talk to them, see where they are at. If they're drunk, you can, I don't know, somehow make them show the room lah that this person is clearly drunk and you are in the right.
I'm sure you have some lines that you prepare, right, for these scenarios.
Yeah.
Some responses.
Go to.
When does the comedy start?
I'm sorry. What I usually do is I will start by apologizing, and that sometimes get the audience on my side. Sometimes when I apologize, the crowd will be like, "Oh, this guy loser. I'm not gonna support him anymore."
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
like a gamble lah. I don't know about instant lines lah. I might have them last time. It's been a long time since we performed regularly, so I haven't had a chance to like have a combative audience member.
Oh, try now.
Yeah, you can.
But it's a completely separate skill that you actually need to practice and learn, right?
Ish lah. I mean, I also did some improv practice last time. I joined an improv troupe, and that kind of helps you keep your mind active
Right.
in a way, because like I said right, like when you do stand up, it's like most of these are written, you try and memorize them, muscle memory. It's not like a really thinking on your feet kind of thing. It's when you come to improv that you learn things like that.
Right, right.
I think, was it Jimmy Carr? Like, I love watching Jimmy Carr. Like,
yeah.
handle heckles, right?
That's the exact heckle he got.
Oh, really?
When as a comedy star, yeah, but his is, it's all prepared lah. Even the comebacks, it's all very tightly written, and it's just like a solid piece of work.
For the specific
Yeah.
one, I think he went a very convoluted way to say your mother.
Yeah. Like you learn a very important lesson that life's not fair. Yeah, and sometimes you pay and you get a good show. Sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
Like for example, when a man have sex with a lot of girls,
You know the exact.
How many times have you seen this clip?
then he's a start. When girls have a lot of sex with a lot of guys, he's your mother.
But he got another also is that you want my comeback? You can get it out of your mom's mouth, right?
yeah.
You script
Oh
your mom's
shit!
That was stronger. That was stronger.
He's damn good. And then he also has that little thing also of like comeback, like the foldable paper. The community, the intro. Which is fantastic.
He's
because-
scared he forget his comeback, so he has it written on
But
paper
it's such
also.
a great like tool. You already prepared the lines, but you have a great tool to like go and like deliver some comeback.
Right.
But you
Yeah.
actually think it's not scripted, the slap.
I think it's very real. I mean, if it's scripted, you have to get Chris Rock to accept getting slapped by Will Smith on stage. And who's gonna accept that? Unless you are telling me I don't want $10 million. You tell me like
I don't think $10 million can buy him.
exactly,
Yeah.
right? I don't think Chris Rock will accept being slapped on stage like that.
Wait, he really thinks it's fake?
Okay.
Differ actually.
Okay.
Like immediately after, right, today's news is that Chris Rock's tour is like the ticket sales have spiked insane, like crazy. Yeah. So much of this, right, is getting their name into the headlines, right?
And also, no one knew about the Oscars even happening until this day.
but it's very different, right? Because like I don't see how the producers would have come up with this, and I can't see how Will Smith would have accepted doing it because this has completely tanked his like reputation. Like if it was scripted, right, there needed to be something of him coming out. Hey guys, it's all scripted or whatever because there's going to be a period of time, right, where people are not going to work with him.
I think he could slap the other fella, made the headlines, and then come back down and laugh it off.
If he did that,
Yeah,
he could.
then that could have been fine.
Yeah. It's when he started shouting and then his face looked like he was just full of rage, like he could have killed someone.
And someone was also saying that there's actually too much nuance at risk already if they were to stage this because it's two black men. Then using violence.
Yeah, and also they have that history like Will Smith and Jada has that history of the open marriage and things like that. So people are saying,
on that though.
things like that.
Yeah.
You
Wait,
know,
sorry, on the nuance, right? Sorry to cut
Okay,
you
yeah,
off,
go
right?
ahead,
But
yeah.
if it could only be two black men though, couldn't? If it's one black man and one white man, then that's even worse. What?
why can't it be
Or
the
two white men lah.
Yeah, it could be the black guy beating up the white guy.
That's even
That
worse.
also-
though.
Yeah, that's worse.
That's
yeah,
not worse than
yeah.
a white guy beating up a black guy.
That's worse also because
No,
now this
worse.
is us.
I think that's worse. I think that's way worse.
No. Anything white black cannot.
Or
Except for
maybe-
carrot cake. Carrot cake and white black.
That one we say it.
The safest would have been one white guy and another white guy. Two white guys would have been fine.
Yeah.
But then he wouldn't have made headlines.
He wouldn't have made it. Okay, cool. Correct. No, but it just feels like such a risk for Will Smith, right? Because he was the favorite to win the Oscars. Like all the betting sites all said that he was going to win it. He won all the other awards leading up to it. This was going to be the pinnacle moment of his career, his first ever Oscar. There was no way that he would risk his reputation for this. Assuming it's not staged, who do you think is in the right here, or actually both sides?
And no one's in the right, but whose side are you more on?
Yeah, whose
Why
side
is
you
no
more
one
on?
in the right?
I think Will Smith made a mistake and he apologized for it. So for what happened, he's clearly in the wrong. Like even he would admit that himself.
True.
So, right before this set, I was taking a piss.
Nice.
I found out Chris Rock has also apologized to the Smith family, and he said that as a comedian, they must know that there are lines they cannot cross. And tonight he crossed this line, unfortunately, for the world to see. And he sincerely apologized to the entire family and hope that with time they can heal their friendship.
Wow. Good for him. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's only fair for him to do his job. He's telling a joke.
Yeah.
Right? And people are like, she's suffering from alopecia, it's hard thing. But like you're attending an award show. If you don't want to hear that joke, then don't come.
Yeah.
Because if you come, then I cannot joke about you. Then that's not fair. So many
Right.
people are here. Why only cannot joke about you?
Like imagine if Ricky Gervais was the main host of the entire night, would have been even way worse.
They would
No,
have,
but that's
yeah.
because so many people are here, but only one person is suffering from that. And why are you making fun of something that is a health issue? Right?
Oh, but he was also making jokes about so many other people before that.
In similar context, or like
Like on health issues.
The Javier
Fucked
Bardem,
up rape is a rampage on people with health issues only.
just go through the list.
like the Javier Bardem and Penelope Cruz joke. It was just that both of them are nominated. Both of them are nominated. If Penelope doesn't win, Javier cannot win. Then he was just making fun of like marriage. But then
Yeah.
with like the Jada one, whether or not he knew of her condition, there was a lot of arguments, and I've seen on my stories also people really in support of Chris Rock, but a lot of people also were in support of Will Smith, saying like people shouldn't be joking about medical conditions lah. And so it's very nuanced, right? Like I personally feel like a joke is a joke, and even if it's offensive to me, offense is taken, not given.
Yeah.
But then I can also understand from people who have suffered from other medical conditions, they felt very triggered by it also.
I see.
So I am very conflicted with this whole situation.
I totally support Chris Rock. I think he did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
I really think he did nothing wrong. Like what he just mentioned, right? It's like you're sensitive, but too bad lah. You're like I'm here to joke.
Yeah.
Like if Ricky Gervais, like you mentioned, right? Past times already, he has already set the tone that he's going to come here, he's going to roast the all you, right?
Yeah.
Why is it different in this situation?
So if you had say for example, in the future you will have a wife. When you have a wife, I don't say if. So when you have a wife, right, and then someone makes fun of her, and then she is visibly very upset by it, what will you do?
That's on her because she doesn't understand the context of the situation.
So you won't do anything lah.
I don't think I'll do anything. I'll address it with her later on, no? But not with that person. If we need to talk to the other person also, sure. But it's not that to say that person should not have joked about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really her problem that she cannot deal with it.
As in, but like Chris Rock said, right, is there not like a line that should not be crossed though? Or is in the context of a comedy set, right, then anything you say can go.
I think
then if you don't get it, it's just you don't understand the
wait,
context.
Jacky, answer.
Okay.
What do you think on that one?
I'm gonna stick to the letter lah. That we are gonna keep doing our jokes lah.
So are there no lines?
Because once you start putting up lines, then that line will just keep
Correct. More
coming,
lines.
closing down on us, right? Like so, I think any comedian you ask, right, their stand has to be that we cannot mark out any things. Because once you do that, then that is just a slippery slope. Then what are we gonna start telling them? We just knock jokes next time,
Right.
Yeah.
No, so here's my question, right? Say for example, like if you look at some of the very, very offensive comedians, like say Jimmy Carr or even back then like Louis CK and so forth, right? If people came to their show, they know what they were getting into. They pay for a ticket, they know that I'm gonna see offensive material.
Yeah.
But something that's as public as the Academy Awards where everyone is watching it, sometimes you may hear a joke that you didn't want to. Like, do you think it's still okay for those kind of jokes to happen in the more public sphere?
It's a good question.
Yeah, it's a good question. I think they should lah. But
Why are you surprised?
It's very like it's not for me to decide, right? Like if people are upset, they're upset, and I cannot go up to them and be like, "Walao, you stupid."
So I feel like it's for the world of comedy, for example. Like you've seen very brilliant comedians, like you mentioned Louis CK also, right? Like he can go and do an opening monologue for Saturday Night Live, and he can navigate around jokes about rape. You know, and pedophilia and whatnot, right? But I think the brilliance is in how you navigate it, and the joke must be funny. I think for this situation, right, the G.I. Jane one, right, I don't think it's that funny.
I thought you're Chris Rock side one.
No.
I don't think it's that funny, but I also don't think it's
Objectively not
that
funny lah.
offensive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It felt tame.
Yeah.
Like he could have gone way worse.
Yeah.
But again, is way worse
It is now way worse.
Yeah, like is that a good barometer?
But then again, so there are two types of guys, right?
Sure.
They are like you're with your girlfriend, for example, and someone calls them, but they look gangsterish. So there's a guy that
They
has
look
a bit,
like you cannot fight kind
a
of.
bit more logic, you know. A bit more logic is like, okay, I mean, I can try and defend your honor, then open up a can of whoop ass on myself, or I can be like, "Huh, babe, it's okay. It happens because you're attractive. These things happen, ma." And you walk away, right? So there are two types of guys, and in different situations, you hope for the first kind of guy that also then doesn't receive a can of whoop ass, like first kind of guy that can hold itself. In which Will Smith was that dude, like. I mean, the context is a little bit different, like in this one, is because they can't call your partner,
I
right?
should say we don't condone violence of any kind.
For sure.
Really?
Even though
Any kind?
I quite like violence.
I mean, within a ring, like okay lah, like you want to give me, sure, go for it.
No, but
like
to your
multi-story
point,
car park,
right?
yeah.
The point, there was a comment that's quite funny. It's like, if you change Chris with the, right, the story. Yeah.
Can you explain that? I don't think
Yeah, I
that
don't
came
get
out.
it.
Instead of Chris Rock, it was
It's
The
The
Rock.
Rock lah. If The Rock cracked that joke, right, you
Will Smith
will walk out and
to be laughing at that joke for hours.
Then he look
I
at,
also start laughing.
then if Jada give him like some horrible side, like do something about it, right, he confirm.
You crazy eyes.
We'll deal with this later. Yeah, good joke.
As a married man,
Ah.
like if someone made fun of Pat in front of her, in front of you, would you do anything in the moment?
I would.
What would you do?
But I don't know in the context of that stage I got the balls or not. To be honest,
But
I
if
look
you're
at
as
it.
famous as Will Smith,
I see that he's
Star Wars.
the whole thing looks wrong to me. However, I'm not disgusted by him.
Right.
I feel like I wish when I'm tested like that, like as a husband in that sense, right? I hope I'll have his balls.
okay,
But yet again, I don't feel what he did was right. But you know what I'm saying?
right,
Yeah, so that's why he did the right thing to stand up for her.
Yeah.
But he shouldn't have slept. He should have done something else.
Yeah, agree.
He should have maybe like grabbed the mic and say something
That was really
that
inappropriate.
protected her.
Yeah.
Then after that, walk away lah.
Correct. But also, either way, that both of it will take a lot of guts lah.
And the swag.
Yeah.
Like even when he walk up to him, right, he look down, then he like that.
Yeah.
Like he don't want to give him like any signal.
Any
that,
hints, yeah.
Then after that he step finish already. He never look back. He just
no, he
smile a
he
bit.
was smirking to himself.
Yes, he was.
And even the way he walk,
Because you know the wife gonna be proud of
But
him.
do you think it would have been a different story, right, if Jada were the one that went out and slapped him?
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I think the whole world will side her.
Yeah. I am not a big fan of violence. So I don't think I will ever get into a fight for like my partner. If my partner expects that of me, then you are clearly dating the wrong person lah. Yeah.
Exactly that. So like I know that there's not too many guys that are smaller than me. I'm already very skinny, right? There is no way I'm going to walk up and slap somebody. So I'm just going to be like, let's just walk away lah. Let's walk away from this, or like just say, hey, not cool, bro.
Yeah.
No, even that would take huge courage from you, depending on the size of the opponent. You see.
No, but for him to just say like, no,
But that he cannot hear.
Not cool, bro.
Or you run over there so that she cannot hear, then you mouth it.
No, so they were talking about how she doesn't like it when he does these like big actions, like when Will Smith like does big actions. So the fact that he go and do that, right, for her or whatever, right? Did she really want him to do that?
Right.
Yeah, in the first place.
She probably went to another.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of feminists, right, that will be saying that you don't need to protect your girl in that sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, can't win, yeah.
Those are the women, right, that I want them to get into fights. Like,
Like girl
when
versus
it comes
girl.
down to it, right, your boyfriend better step one side, you better settle your own fucking fight.
That's how the Pioneer Mall story went, right? Like that's the two girls argue, like on the Crime Watch episode, like the viral clip, right? Is the two girls argue, then they call their boyfriend, then their boyfriend watching, then the two girls are fighting.
Then let them fight, correct?
Yeah,
Then the
that's-
boyfriend film for TikTok.
Wow,
Yeah
if
lah.
I was the boyfriend, we would both like come together and then just eat
Yes,
out
yeah.
together.
Right.
Yeah, so you see, right? Will your partner be angry?
Will.
But it's girl on girl though. It's like
Yeah, if
how
it's
you-
girl on girl.
You want me to slap the other
Will.
girl?
As
for
in,
you?
not attack the other girl lah.
Then do what?
Attack the other
Verbally
girlfriend.
assault the other person.
Verbally, yes.
Verbally.
You got to give like moral support, like
Yeah.
Love you, babe.
So say Alien. Okay, so
Jayo.
an alien on the street somehow bump shoulder with your partner. Then they are altercation. You step in?
Oh no lah, bump shoulder, I don't really care.
No,
about.
but they escalate. So want to fight.
I would probably just grab Pat's
Just
hand
stand
and
in
walk
bet-
away.
yeah.
yeah, just walk just zao.
That would be the first thing lah. If you pull and walk already, then they still want to start something. Then we have to think from there.
So the alien keep following. When she grab Pat's hair, grab
Wow.
Ned's hair.
And then I'll grab her hand.
So you put a hand on her.
Yeah.
Wow.
In secondary school, right, I had this friend, is a close girlfriend. So I was in the worst class, I was troublemakers and stuff, right? But normal, right? And I did something that went a little bit too far. I also admit lah, on hindsight. Basically, she sit down and I pull the chair lah. Because this happens like to me 3 times a day. So it's just it's really very funny already at this point because everybody knows it's a threat. It's like this already. Like everybody know your partner is waiting already, but why you give them another window? You know what I mean? So at that point of time, it was very funny. No one gets offended already.
You got something there?
But you know when I look down, right? I realize that's why I delayed looking after. I realized, no, even if I don't look up, I give you a bigger hook.
That's the funniest thing that I ever done in my life.
I realized halfway already.
Then now doing physical comedy.
That move back.
Just take it, just take it.
Okay, then so then I remember I pulled the thing, but it was funny to her, but I think it hurt too much because she felt wrong. So she was laugh crying. You know? Then that's when I apologized like shit, because I only somebody cry, not funny already, what? Then she was dating some xiao hun hun, some new boyfriend, which is not my neighbor, by the way.
Nice.
Why his name like that?
Xiao Hun Hun.
No, that's not his
No,
name.
it's not his
Like a small, like, try to be gangster kind of fella.
You with Chinese words really, you know?
That's a legit name. Okay, but go on.
So that guy and I are also friends one, you know. And he also knows it's nothing much. But then the other gangsters right say, oh, you're gonna let him do this to your girl? Yeah, like if I were you, you must like fight it out with John. If not, there's just no way you can tahan
you're
this
not
kind
man
of
already,
yeah.
right.
And so he actually came to me and said he needs to do it.
Aiyo.
And he's sorry and he hoped that I can let him win. We actually had this conversation, you know. Then no lah.
And then
So
never
you win
fight
lah.
lah.
Yeah, then I just fight lor.
Huh? Then you win the fight.
I would like to think I won the fight. I mean, no one dropped lah. But he didn't land anything lah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's getting
Secondary school, that time I got talent. Seriously, secondary school I got talent.
Nice.
Now maybe got talent, just no. The body don't support the head anymore.
Now you already fall for this.
So I realized my instinct was to don't look up.
But is there that pressure to kind of like present a united front with your partner, right, in public, no matter what the situation is?
Yes. I can't elaborate though, because I feel like I haven't been in that situation. I just feel like I hope that in that situation, right, Ned would know that I always have a back no matter what. And that if there is a strategy that I'm trying to pull off, just trust me, this is the right call. Even though it doesn't appear like I'm supporting you, such as walking away.
Or you back off and leave her there. Trust me,
This is for the best.
This is the plan. Say it.
You got this.
No, but sometimes that's the only way you both get out of it alive.
Like what kind of situations have you and your
Run.
getting
They
in?
feel sorry for her. They let her go. See?
Yeah.
Thinking soldier.
interestingly, right, this was not the first time that Chris Rock has publicly made a joke about like the couple. Also interesting, I went way back, right, and Chris Rock actually appeared on Fresh Prince.
All right.
And he
Got
dressed
slapped? No.
No, he dressed up as a girl and was dating like Will Smith. But it was only for one episode. It was a stupid episode. So anyway, in like the but in the 2016 Academy Awards, he hosted it. It was quite funny because it's not funny given the context. So no black person was nominated for like the main awards, and so there was a massive boycott by African American performers lah. And so then Chris Rock was then asked to be host, I guess, to like appease the crowd. And so he made a joke like he said like, "Wow, everyone's going mad, right? Everyone's boycotting the show. Spike Lee got mad, Jada got mad, Will Smith got mad." So he basically said, Jada boycotting the Oscars, isn't she in TV? Like Jada Smith boycotting Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I was never invited.
Okay, that one funny lah.
Yeah, funny.
And it
It's quite
doesn't
funny.
hurt anybody.
It doesn't hurt anybody. And then I think the day after also, there were paparazzis, TMZ were going to ask like, "Hey, Will Smith, like, what do you think of like that joke or whatever?" He just said, "Oh yeah, it's fine." So like it was just waved off like quite easily lah.
Yeah.
And even for this one, I believe someone came out to say, I can't remember who was it, whether it was P Diddy or someone came out to say actually everything's been resolved already. Like they've kind of
Like on
shook
this
hands.
one?
Yeah.
In this one,
right.
They've kind of shook hands and like
P.
everything.
Diddy.
Wait, P. Diddy, Mr. Worldwide.
He's still around.
I don't know if it was PD, but I know that right after the slapping incident came out, PD was supposed to present something.
Right.
And then he said, Chris, we're going to settle this down at like some governor's ball or something.
Right.
And it sounded like, wow, like some cult that
But
they're going to
PDD
like.
is, I think everybody will respect PDD a lot.
yeah.
Like he's like a well-loved man.
He's Puff Daddy also, right?
He used to be
Yes,
called Buff Daddy.
okay.
Yeah.
Because if you see the video of his birthday party, like Diddy 50, like his 50th birthday party, that is just the most star-studded YouTube video of all time. Like
Right.
a 3-minute clip with every celeb in there.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think if anyone, PDD would be the guy to be the
Mediator.
Or Sheikh Haikal.
Yeah, but it's also the thing about the open relationship, lah, right? I don't know anything
Yes.
about the actual relationship, blah blah. But having gone through an open relationship,
Oh, shit.
something that
You definitely
it's
coming back, sir.
something that you feel it, lah, right? Like when I was dating someone that wants to be in an open relationship, I want to please them as much as I can. Because I feel like if I don't, there is someone else that you
Yeah.
can
There's
go
the
to
insecurity.
immediately,
Yeah.
right? And so I don't know what happened. It can very easily be like, oh, you're gonna let it happen. Like this other guy won't let it happen.
Yeah.
And that is the
Correct.
risk
Like
of being in an open
you gonna let him
relationship,
talk
lah.
to me like that?
Yeah, I mean, on paper, an open relationship is great, right? Like, it's supposed to be open communication fully so that you understand each other fully and then you can get all your needs fulfilled. But it's just not how some men are, lah. Like, I couldn't
Right.
take it, lor. I sympathize with Will Smith that way.
So this open relationship feels like it's something that Will Smith accepted to keep his wife. But it's just theory lah.
No, I think actually it's been reported though, because I think she was the one that started kind of sleeping around first,
Yeah.
and then after that, when media started interviewing him, then he said like, "Oh, we've always kept communication open. Like we once upon a time decided on monogamy, but that has like since changed." Yeah, so I think it was that he didn't want to lose her.
It feels like the PR answer.
Yeah, but then
Right.
again, like, I mean, the only way an open relationship can feasibly work without anyone getting trauma at the end, right, is that both of you want an open relationship. But
So going back to
Yes.
your open relationship.
That's right.
Can we talk about that? Is it okay if we ask you more?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
So wait, it was your ex or your current girlfriend?
I'm no longer dating.
When do you guys break up?
About October last year.
was it because of this openness?
So what happened is we did the open relationship thing for a while, and then I was really struggling lah, like because I think that's like the mismatch lah, right? Like it's just harder for a guy to go out and find dates compared to a girl.
Yeah.
At least in my opinion. Or at least
People struggling.
or even with that in that dynamic lah, like she's just way hotter than I am. Right, so she has plenty of partners. I have no partners. I'm really struggling.
Like you struggle to enjoy the upside of it also, right?
Yeah.
In that sense.
So we stopped doing that, and then that's when all the problems come back lah. Like she becomes very vindictive, very strict, very
Right.
lot of problems with me, and then that's when we broke up.
But was she your first girlfriend?
My second girlfriend,
Your first serious relationship?
the second. Yeah, but then after
Trying to
that,
What
invalidate
angle
the
you
first
trying
one.
to?
No. I'm just trying.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking. Many times we bend over backwards to make
For your
something
first
work for your
relationship.
first relationship.
yeah. But after that, she called me again after we broke up, and then we were just like messing around and meeting each other here and there, right?
Booty
And then,
call.
but because I am a sentimental man, I started having feelings for her again.
Catch feels.
Yeah. And then I told her that. And then she's like, for the whole time we were doing this, like I've been also sleeping with 2 other guys.
Yeah.
And so she was living that her best life. And that's how I fell in love with her again. Because she, like I said, like she really knew how to take care of me when she was with me. And
Right.
the second time, I didn't even know that she was seeing other people.
But does this, as in, because it sounds like her being in this open relationship mode, right, is the best case scenario for you, but then it is your insecurity that's holding you back.
Yeah.
So then is it not just a case of fixing that like internally?
She's saying, is it a you problem or a her problem?
I mean, trust me, I've been going through this a lot myself also. And insecurity is a part of it, sure. But it's also just generations of men in my family not being in a
Polyamorous,
polygamy, like it's just a very unnatural thing to me. Like, because if you tell me all the benefits of an open relationship, like if you read the articles online and you see the success stories, you're like, wow,
Success stories.
wouldn't you like to be like that too?
Yeah.
Right? Be a man, live with your 4 wives or whatever, multiple girlfriends, whatever it is, right? But like, when it happens to you, when she's telling you the words, I'm gonna go and meet Jim, whatever. Like, it just hurts, lor. You know what I mean? I told her, like, I'm trying my best. I'm trying to tell myself it's hot that you're gonna meet other people.
Yeah, you try to mind yourself a
I'm
bit.
trying to do that, but I can't. And I feel like it's really like a thing that if I really want to do it, I have to really dedicate myself to that and do nothing else. Like,
Yeah.
really focus my mind and be like, polygamy is good. I think it's way more than just my insecurities there. lah.
You got to try and make her jealous. Like, just pretend, hey, I'm going to meet Kim.
Yeah. I would be like, yeah, I'm on Tinder lah.
Then she said, awesome. Then you
Yeah,
more
then she'd
sad.
be like,
She's like, oh my god, I'm so horny right now. That's
yeah.
You try meeting Jim.
Jim, I mean, Jim is.
No, why? Yeah, why? With you, her, and
You
Jim
try
though.
meeting Jim, right?
I did think about it, but it's a very hard thing for me to want to do.
Right.
Even like we talk about open communication things. Like, so I would ask, like, how was it? Like, when you meet her, and she would say lah. But it's just I
Right.
hate hearing it.
Right.
And it's like.
But if she don't say, you will also be like,
then I would
hey,
think even worse.
Your mind will
things.
go even wilder.
Because like
Yeah.
maybe you end up meeting Jim, right? Then Jim actually quite cock one. You know?
Yeah.
Then later
Then you feel damn good about yourself.
Yeah.
Sure, but if,
I meant cock as in like.
but if Jim is damn cock, but Jim is still sleeping with her, I would still hate it though.
Because it's just cock, he's just a cock, you see.
Yeah.
Okay. That means
what
like, actually you totally not into
Yeah.
polyamory lah.
I guess not anymore.
I would think
lah.
so lah. I think the idea of it is a lot more exciting than actually doing it. But did you, like when the negotiation first happened, right? Did you go through a little phase, maybe like the first 2 days, right? You'd be like, okay,
Sweet lah.
okay, this is gonna be amazing. We're gonna have a good time.
Mondays is for Kim.
Because JP is very like interested in having an open relationship.
Yeah.
I see.
No.
Oh.
No. I just think that it's the natural course of things
It's
for a
a meme
long-term
like that.
relationship.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm not into an open relationship right off the bat lah. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, like in principle, like I studied communications in uni.
That doesn't mean anything, let's be honest. Yeah. Why you bring that up, dude?
I dropped out.
like sexual communications and like relationships, like partners and things like that. Like it's all about like just communication, lah. And if you really want to do it, it's just about convincing yourself. I just couldn't do it. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's easy to feel gaslighted lah, in a sense. I mean, like, let's say
Even in
society
my-
is represented here. The first question is that, could it be you don't get over it, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. And I think that's also one of the issues. It's like being a vegan, right? Like I think you want to practice it. You can practice it if you're in a vacuum, no problem. But it's when you start doing it, people see you doing it, people start commenting on you doing it. That's when you start struggling. Right, like if I don't have the comedian friends that I have, the comedian friends I have are the worst, right? They will just like whatever it is, you can tell them, right? They can tell you it's bad news one.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
I'll
true,
be
it's
like,
true.
yo guys, I'm in an open relationship now. Like, wow, so she goes to everybody.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
That's fast, right? Fast, exactly, right? Because that was his voice also.
Exactly. And like being vegan or like you can eat vegan food, but it's people that will be like, oh, are you vegan? Like it's that judgment from outside that makes doing things like that more difficult, I think.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think though, if had you continue to swipe Tinder at that point of time, right? And were successful in that endeavor, that you will continue to enjoy this?
I don't think so. Because like just the emotional and just all these things I need to do to keep one girl happy is already killing me already.
Not
How can I do
scalable.
this for more than one person?
Did you actually want another partner though?
I don't think I did lah. I like
So
the
you're just
idea
kind of
of
swiping
it.
for the sake of it.
Yeah, lor, just to prove to her that I'm trying to make this open thing work also lah.
Would you say
Oh my
you
god,
were
you're doing this
blinded?
for her, so oh my god.
Yeah, would you say that when you were in the relationship, you were blinded by a bit by love?
For sure. Yeah.
So if somebody were to have made fun of her, do you think you would have walked up to them and stabbed them?
Bringing it all back.
I don't think she will want me to do that also lah. That's part of it.
How does this work? Is there a primary partner? Like, for example, you are the emotional partner, I mean, / physical also, and then everyone else is just a physical partner, or is she having relationships with a few people?
I think for her, she treats everyone as like a specific partner, so she can really like just tune out lor. When so that she will pay full attention to the person that she's with.
Wow.
Right.
Exhausting, yeah, actually.
Yeah. It's
But
like
isn't
living
it
3
sad,
lives.
like if you know, for example, you are the sexual partner, means this person only comes to you because of the sex, or that this person leaves you only because of the sex. You know what I
Sure,
mean?
yeah, I think that is quite sad, sure. But I think there are also people that feel that way about themselves, right? So if the perfect scenario is everybody find their role,
Yeah,
everybody
Right,
just
right,
fulfill
right.
their role, and then you can carry on doing the day-to-day things lah.
Right.
And at night you can do whatever the hell you guys are trying to do lor. Yeah. Fun fact, even in my first relationship, there are clips of this online. I talk about this on stage.
Oh, scare me.
So my ex went to London, my first ex. She went to London to study. And then we had an argument to a break. Then she cheated on me while she was there. And then she was like, you know what you should do? You should download Tinder, go and match someone, go and sleep with someone else. Then we will be equal. Even. And I'm like what kind of a stupid idea is this, right? And she's like, no, you can do it. I'm like, it's the same with the insecurity things. Like, I don't think I can find someone. She's like, just do it. I did that. I downloaded it. I slept with someone else. Then she broke up with me.
For it?
Over that. She's like, I don't think I can accept you
This
sleeping
is
with
what
someone
Sarah did
else.
to Abraham.
What the?
Okay,
Yeah.
don't bring God into this.
So yeah, to answer that question about if I continue what I enjoy, I feel like there is also just all these different trauma from my life about open relationships that is hard for me to reconcile. Yeah.
You got consider just dating guys, you know?
I did think about it lah.
Because John Paul's down. If you want to try, it's okay to try.
Understand.
He was asking for himself.
But I'm curious about the concept of like taking a break. Like, does taking a break actually work? Because if you say y'all were taking a break and then she go and sleep with someone else, is that really cheating?
So I actually asked, right, like when we were taking a break, I think that's important if you want to take a break, is to define what a break is supposed to mean, right? I'm like, so what do you mean by taking a break? And she was like, well, I'm not going to sleep with anybody, but if you want, you can. Those were her exact words, right?
Dangerous, yeah.
Yeah, so I screenshot that lah.
Receipts.
Yeah.
You knew you were going to be a comedian lah.
And then after that 1 week break, she we were talking, we were like, oh, blah, 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 blah. Then only at the night, then she was like, okay, I need to tell you that I actually slept with someone else.
Right.
And then the rest of that carried on. Yeah.
So, was the girl that you slept with hotter than the girlfriend?
I guess, yeah, you could say that.
Score.
Then go back.
then you should ditch the number one already. Move on to number two.
She already ditched me already, but the number two is only sleeping with me. It's not like she's trying to get a relationship, you know what I mean? She's like,
Just the
Oh my
boy.
god,
wilder
did
person
number
lah.
two know that the reason why you were sleeping with her?
I would tell them lah.
Before?
Yeah.
You told her prior?
When I met her lah.
God damn, the balls on this one.
You are my
No, but then
revenge.
might be like hot for her, right?
Yeah.
That might be a turn on for her, so right?
Then she was like,
I mean, not in Singapore lah. I mean, like long
she
shots.
was just like, you sure your girlfriend is okay with this? And I told her what happened, and she was like, yeah, okay.
Famous last words. Yeah, she
Well,
okay.
she was. That turns out she actually isn't.
Who would have seen that coming? So anyway, if you are watching this, she's not okay.
What she said wasn't what she meant. Yeah.
Right.
Entanglement.
So honestly, when I was watching the Will Smith thing, let's try to bring this back up and try to wrap it up. This is how I empathize with him. Like, I'm sure he's just thinking of like, oh, like, do I have to protect her? What she thinking? Like, it's just constantly worried about your partner's feelings and how she is perceiving you as well.
Yeah. I had a friend I spent a bit of time with over the weekend, and I had a fight with a boyfriend, which they're having long distance right now. And the guy was basically, he just texted her to say, I'm going to a club. Then she replied, you're going to the club? Then done. Right? And then she didn't hear from him for the next 12 hours. Time zones. So granted, maybe just
Did she reply immediately or like there was a gap? So he already
I think there was a small gap,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
But then after that, he just didn't hear from her lah. What she would have expected from him is like, oh, I'm here. Oh, it's so crowded. Oh, I miss you, babe. Which is unrealistic lah, you know, in a sense. Like, then why don't I just stay at home? You know what I mean? If I'm going to text you all day, right? And when he finally texted her like 14 hours later, 8-9 of the hours she was asleep by the way. So 14 hours later or so, his reply was like, hey, yeah, I'm home now. I didn't dance with any girls. I told everyone I was attached. Like that was his first reply to the.
Sus.
Like, how come you need to say so much? Is it?
No, and to me that was actually more telling of being in a relationship with my that friend. You know, as opposed to because. Okay lah, I mean, he's overseas, new friends there, then they want to go to a club. I mean, if you say no, I think it's quite busted. Because he's out there trying to make friends, trying to have a good time, not waste this overseas experience, right? Yeah, and okay lah, you go to the clubs, then you want to look at pretty girls lor, I guess. Even if you do want to dance with pretty girls, then it's a white lie that you don't tell your girlfriend lor. I guess. You know what I mean? To me, I feel like reasonable
But
you know,
when he say all this, right, she believe?
She believed but not a piece lah.
Right.
Yeah, believe but not a piece. But then the problem is that, then I say that's the kind of relationship law. You know, sometimes your mom can be concerned about you and she asks you like, hey, where are you? You can just say like, hey, I'm at a club or I'm with my friend. Right? But sometimes if your relationship with your mom is not like that, your reply is, I'm on my way back. I was with this person, we were studying, we got project, we got this, I'll be back by 10. Right? And that's telling of the relationship you have with the other party. Yeah. So I feel like I also saw that because we saw Will Smith laughing and taking that joke. Then after that, it's like, you gotta let him talk to me like that kind of vibe came out.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been there. Like I've been.
Which side?
I've been the side that is like you're going to club, okay. Then after that, then like, hey, but where are you? That kind of, then why you never update me? That kind of thing.
Sorry, you are the guy that asked lah.
Then wow, become fucking toxic. Then when I look back, right, like now, right, it's like complete opposite. It's like you please go. Don't text me, have fun. Yeah.
Same. I was like that and then I hate that version of myself. And then I completely flip and now my wife gets annoyed.
It does
I get
nothing
jealous.
for you or the other person. It does nothing for anyone.
Yeah.
But is it not respect though? Is this okay lah, maybe not to that extent, right? But there is that level of accountability that is as respect and it's not like I don't have freedom. You know what I mean?
I mean that's what she also argued, which I respect because their relationship is fairly new somehow.
Yeah, right.
So they haven't even set the foundations. He has to travel for a long time already.
Okay.
So I mean I agree with that lah. It's just telling him what's possible from my point of view. Because it's not just that, no. Because like I went through this with my current wife and I still decided to marry the fella after this, okay?
Your current wife.
Yeah, not as opposed to my future wife. Hey, what the heck? I could have said. No, because if I text you, it's gonna be like I miss you and all that stuff. Then it's like if I truly miss you, I can go back and be with you, ma. You know what I mean? So I don't really miss you, but I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna say that half drunk. Then when there's typo, you're gonna get annoyed because I got drunk in a club in a place where we're supposed to go there
And your
drink.
typo is so bad when you're sober already.
Yeah, no, we talked about it. It's on my phone. Yeah, and so like when I do that, right, and because I've opened up a form of communication, right, at 12 o'clock, we are still talking, right, and then she will say like, I'm gonna sleep now, can you go outside and call me? Which is, you know, like last time when we party and I just disappear for long stretches of time, it's like that. Anyway, I don't marry her lah, so it's okay lah. But so you go outside, you sit down there for 15-20 minutes, try and tell her to go and sleep and convincing her that you're leaving soon, but you know, I know when I go back and tell you I'm leaving soon that you're gonna be there outside because I left soon the last 14 times. I left early the last 14 times, ma. Yeah, so it's trying to find a new in between.
No, but then as you're texting her, you're not really in the moment in the club anyway, because like you're actually texting
Correct.
her.
So then I felt like I didn't party, you see. Yeah. So then the next one I'm looking forward.
Right.
So then the interesting POV is also as the friend who was there at the party, seeing this, what would you have rather he had done? You know, like did it matter, or would it have been just be like go home and be with your wife lah?
No, so so there are people. I have both friends at that
like
point.
cats,
Yeah, that one is just saying go home. Then I'm like, for me, it's like I didn't party my entire youth. Yeah. This was my seeing the world experience, you know, and like first time in my life at age 25, I'm going to clubs for free.
Yeah.
You know, like last time when we go explore, that time while we pay $32 cover charge, that kind of shit, you know, and buy one jug cannot afford that kind of shit. Then like 4% share one jug and that's all we can drink for the night kind. Then we pre-drink already. Yeah, but that was my 18-year-old party phase. I went like twice, thrice, then that was done.
Yeah,
so that was my exploration phase, you see. And so I have friends that were very nice and say, why don't you go back? Then I'll be like, yeah. I mean, I will lah. And then there are also friends that were saying, hey, come here, John, like, what are you doing, right? And you know exactly who I'm talking about, right? And Pat, if he hears them on the phone,
GG.
yeah, then she gets double annoyed. Then the conversation prolongs on the next 20-30 minutes when she said she wanted to sleep and she didn't sleep, you see.
But now looking back, does Pat realize that she is wrong?
I guess so. I mean, not wrong in that sense. I guess she realized how she could appreciate why it might be a bit unreasonable. What the more caveats in one sentence.
Yeah.
She could appreciate why it annoyed me. Yeah.
I feel like the middle ground. So like Ned and I also came up with the system, but it really took us a long time. I think we only introduced it like a couple of months ago, and we've been together for like almost 7 years, right? Basically, just out of respect, every time we are moving from one location to another, we just say where we're going. So like If I'm going from my office like now to home, then I'm just gonna say, hey, I'm on my way back. If I'm going to my friend's house, I'll just be like, hey, gonna leave, going to this person's house. Then it's always just out of courtesy, this is my movements. But also, if we have any plans, right, we have a shared calendar. So like on iPhone, you can share calendar.
Wow, that's sweet. Okay, sorry.
No. At first, I thought it would be damn leceh. But then after now, I realized it's damn short because every time I need to see, right, like my friends ask me, hey, Saturday night, you want to go out? I just look at the calendar and I see, oh, she got dinner. Let's go, I'm free. It's damn easy for me as opposed to like, oh, I gotta tell you later, I need to go and bring it up later and say I'm going to go out with my
Don't talk like
friends.
that, dude.
I mean, I gotta bring it up later and, tell her,
You gotta excite me.
This guy already knows what he's gonna wear every single day of the week.
Oh wow.
Yeah, his underwear is the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday kind.
I can respect that.
my underwear, I recently had to order new ones because they all tore. But anyway,
But
long
it's
story.
Where you buy underwear from that
No.
they tear all at the same time?
The same way, like how I accidentally stepped on my own testicles, right? So like,
More and more questions from your answers.
He's never heard this story before. That's why.
like I have very droopy balls. So like there was one time where I was just sitting my like leg up like that, and then my heel of this leg stepped on my scrotum, and then
Now
it was
this
damn
table
pain.
can see your demonstration.
That's true.
Yeah, yeah.
And then because of that, your underwear tear lah.
So as I was having a shit, my pants were down. I pulled it up, but my heel again was caught, and then the whole thing just ripped.
The heel is the problem lah.
It's a bit thin already. It means it's a bit thin already. Like, can see through one. A bit crispy, eh?
Going back to
Only
like,
left the elastic.
Like when you wear up to your waist, there's like waist. It doesn't hug you anymore. Wind blow only, you drop. Okay, sorry. I'm done. I'm done.
Nice one though. No.
Then when the wind, okay, I'm done.
Going back to reporting, right? I know of older friends, like maybe they're in their 40s now, right? And they're all married. What they do, right, is that every time they go out and they have dinner, right, they make sure they do one big selfie and then they all borrow the same photo, they send all to their wives. This is everybody that's here at dinner.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you? And then after that, they just do whatever they want. I mean, obviously, they keep it clean.
But behind the camera, all the prostitutes.
The procedure you want to
All the
take.
escorts, yeah.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of the Daily Ketchup Podcast, and thank you, Jacky, for joining us in today's episode.
Hey, join
for
next
having
one,
me.
ah.
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
Lisa.
You want to do one more?
Can.
Yeah.
That's why I brought 2 outfits.
Hey.
Wear same clothes.
They show both in the same air already.
Hey. Anyway, if you like this episode, remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. We'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Bye bye.